Alright, I made a build for hunters. I have a bit more difficulty making builds for hunters simply because they have a lot less PvE focused exotics to work with, and also something I've noticed about hunters is for most of them, if a build isn't like absolutely perfect and can't do every single thing in the game all at once, they won't even equip it. But there are some fun-loving hunters out there. This one is a bit more serious. It could definitely have a place in Nightfalls, but it's fine outside of them. It's kind of focused around support to some degree, or more like you just supply support as a bonus. It's not like you're not really going to change your playstyle. They it's using renewal grasp, so I'm sure you can already assume what it does. It's completely focused on grenade regen for having as much uptime on your grenade as possible. So I'm using Gambler's Dodge just to feed in my ability regen more. Obviously Duskfield Grenades. Grim Harvest, you don't have to run Grim Harvest, but I don't know what else you would run with this build. Because who doesn't like extra melee regen? And then Touch of Winter is a must-have. And then the Fragments, Whisper of Shards you gotta have for the amazing increase in grenade regen. Whisper of Fissures is nice just because of how much stuff you're going to be shattering. Durance makes your Duskfield last longer, so that's a given. Whisper of Rending, if you're going to be using a primary a lot, kind of depends on what you choose to use. But obviously in a Nightfall you're probably going to be using a primary. Whisper of Chains is just even more damage resistance when you're near a frozen target or a stasis crystal. Using a harmonic siphon because I am using Verglass Curve. The main reason I chose it is because you just get one kill and you got a stasis crystal, unlike a headstone weapon where you have to get a precision kill. It's just any kill at all. Since I'm going to be killing so much stuff with my primary, I put on the heavy scout and finder. Grenade Kickstart's good. Bolstering Detonation is good too because every single tick of your Duskfield is going to give you a bit of dodge back. And I know my mobility's horrible. I never play Hunter. I don't have any good Hunter armor. But try to hit 100 Resilience, 100 Discipline if you can. Chest piece doesn't even really matter. I put both of these on because if you throw your Duskfield out, break the crystal it creates, then kill 2 enemies with Verglass to spawn an orb and pick it up, and then wait for your next grenade. It only takes, with 2 stacks going into your grenade kickstart, it only takes 2 stasis crystal destructions to get your next grenade. And then Elemental Charge just gives you a couple stacks every now and then from your Glacial Shards as well. And then Powerful Attraction just because why not? I like that hunters have such shorter cooldowns on their class abilities, so they get really good use out of this mod. But then I'm also using a glaive, just because once you set up your Duskfield, you can kind of just chill inside it. And you can kind of just battle it out with anything that comes inside it. Spawn your crystals occasionally to get your grenade back. And once you get another one, just... As you see, it has a good amount of crowd control, or not crowd control, but I hate this Hydra so much. Has a good amount of crowd control from all the shattering, but even, I mean, if you want to use a glaive, even when you don't have your dusk filled up, you're going to get ridiculous amounts of damage regen, or resist. You can use whatever glaive you want, if you even want to use a glaive. Doesn't really matter. This is one of those builds that's... It's okay. Like, it's nothing crazy in general play. It's kind of slow-paced. It's meant to be more methodical and careful. because I kinda made it more focused for Nightfalls. And obviously in Nightfalls, you would not go towards the enemies. You would throw your grenade at your feet and shoot stuff from within it until it runs out. And then use the stasis crystals you accumulated to create the next grenade and move up and repeat it all over again. You could run shoot to loot weapon, which would allow you to pick up the orbs you spawn from distance. It would also be very good if you ran this with like a stag warlock. Like if a stag warlock placed their rift inside your dusk field, I doubt many things could kill you very easily, even in Nightfalls. Make sure to, if you have your grenade, you're wasting it. You need to never be sitting on your grenade. Just make sure to never hip fire it at enemies, because you want to hit the ground so you can spawn the crystal. Because Verglass, it freezes enemies if you direct hit them instead of spawning a crystal. The only reason I spawned a crystal there is because I had 2 arrows ready. You can see I get half of my grenade back from 4 stacks immediately. And I already almost have it back. In fact, if I didn't want to waste my stasis crystal arrows yet, I could just use my dodge. Verglass is also really good for ad clear, honestly. I kind of slept on it when it came out, but it's definitely, I can definitely see its worth. There you go. Like I said, it's pretty much the whole build is in Grenade Kickstart and Whisper of Shards. Other than that, you can kind of do whatever you want. Although I would recommend Whisper of Durance because the Duskfield grenades barely last any time otherwise. But I could definitely see this being useful in Nightfalls, even if just to, like, say you got an enemy over there and you gotta get over there and you just place it right there and run through it. Or it'd probably be good for revives. You could also throw it onto allies and not even worry about yourself. If you wanted to play even more support, you could just follow your allies around and throw the grenades onto them to keep them safer. But I don't know, I like supporty stuff on Hunter for some reason. But that's this build. I'm going to try and make another one for Hunter soon. I have an idea. I just got Stompies from Xur today, and I want to try combining it with something that'll, if it works out, I think it will, it'll be pretty fun. But hope y'all enjoy this one.